Your big break in TV. Welcome to prime time.
Welcome to prime time, everybody. We have an amazing show for you guys tonight. I'm going to tell you what, it's our first and maybe last meeting of the California Collectors Blue Crew. This is an incredible episode. We got a lot of great rounds for you guys. The theming tonight, because we're close to Valentine's Day, is romance, but with horror. So horror with a romance twist. So that's going to be great to cover tonight. We got some great rounds here. Like I said, round one, we're going to go over some ROM horror recommendations. Very excited for that. Round two, we're going to spotlight some Scream Queens. Round three, we got to show over some great horror packaging. So we're going to show box sets, steelbooks, collections, slip covers, everything like that. And then round four, we did some recommendations to each other here, and we're going to see our thoughts. I think there's going to be some rants in here, and I cannot wait for that. I love a good rant, as you guys know. And then we will talk about the future of the California Blue Crew. So this is going to be great. I'm very excited for this. Of course, if you love horror or romance, go ahead and stab that like and subscribe tonight. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a future live. If you want to comment Red Live, consider those super chats or become a member. Our goal tonight, guys, we got 5 super chats or 1 high tier member, and you're going to unlock a giveaway, a horror giveaway. I'm going to show you right now. Should I show this giveaway, guys?
Well, you got to get them excited. Sure.
I got to give them a little tease.
Give them a little taste.
Just in time.
Know what they're up against.
So, I know Huck loved this movie so much.
Oh, boy.
So if you want your very own together,
yeah,
you can get this, but I got a twist on it. You know, I always got to put a twist on it because nobody wants a stinking old 4K, right? Get that out of here. Most people collect Blu-rays this day. So I'll give you a Blu-ray of Together, but I will also throw in another 4K option. I can get you Rosemary's Baby on 4K. I can get you Drive on 4K. And then I got a few other things lying around the house if, you want to consider those. But once again, movie right here. Amazing, right? And it's a fantastic movie. Huck's going to hype it up, so I don't need to do that. But we will get to it when we get to it.
You'll see. You guys wait. They probably are curious why you keep saying that. But so,
yeah, I'm curious what you think because I saw the movie and I have opinions on it. I saw
Right.
the movie, so.
I can't wait. That's going to be great. But let's first start with, let's introduce ourselves to the audience. Maybe they haven't seen us before. But our good friend Chris here, you excited? You a big horror romance fan?
Oh, yeah. You see me in the colors red, Black Glove Reviews. Like I say, slashers I'm into, giallo I'm into, and just horror I'm into. And yeah, I got some good picks here, hopefully, for you all. Something a little different with some of these ones, specifically Scream Queen that I chose and stuff like that. So it should be a fun one, definitely.
Oh, and that giallo stuff, that has some romance in it. I discovered some very tasteful romance.
A lot of sexy time in there, and a lot of whodunit Valentine's Day goodness.
All right, Huck, you look like a hopeless romantic to me.
Oh,
you ready for this?
Oh, look, I thought it was rather hilarious to have this in February with the love month, but we're going all horror. So definitely the thing I'm going to show off is perfect for this particular mashup. I am Huck from Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. Every Tuesday morning, I do a morning mug that we talk about all kinds of good stuff. So if you dig pop culture, box office, movie news, and all that good stuff, stop on by.
And then, of course, we got Jordan from the Movie Den. You excited about this theming tonight?
I am. Actually just did a video today on some Valentine's Day horror stuff. There's a lot of good ones out there and a lot of ones you normally wouldn't peg as a Valentine's love type horror film, but there's more than you think. And I definitely learned that quickly, kind of diving in to kind of see some I wouldn't even think about. So, but yeah, over at the Movie Den, I talk about movies, physical media, mainly in the horror genre of all types of sub horror. I don't discriminate when it comes to horror. So it's all there.
You're like, as long as there's blood, we're good. Can be any
yes,
time.
There you go.
But you're right. When I started doing research, because I'm like, can we pull off this theme? It's such an odd combination to think at first, horror and romance. But as you look up titles, you're like, wow, a lot of horror movies have romance in it. I think it raises the stakes in certain situations, makes for some thrilling moments. You're like, you don't want the romance to end. We don't want it to end, but sometimes it does in these horror movies, unfortunately. So. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. I know we got some amazing people out there in the audience. We got Adrian. Yo, Adrian.
What's up, Adrian?
What's going on?
We got Jay Van Gool. Ooh, so spooky. Sounds like Dracula.
Vincent Price, Scooby-Doo.
Jeff
Ooh,
Roney.
we got Jeff over here already using our name, the West Coast Blue Crew.
That's right.
Wow.
One and
That's
done.
how popular we are now, guys. This is very certified now with Jeff's approval. All right, so let's get into these rounds. We got some ROM horror recommendations. So let's get into this. All right, I'll start it off. So our task here was to do a classic, either horror or thriller with some kind of romance in it, a recommendation to the audience, and also a modern one as well. And what I did with this one, and I think some people did the same here too, was to do a remake as well for the modern one. And I just thought, oh, that could be a cool little twist as well. So I kind of went that route.
Nice.
And so I was watching this movie again last night. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 100 list. You can check Letterboxd. It's there. Okay. I did fall asleep, so I didn't finish the rewatch. It's because I was tired. The movie's great, but I've seen it a bunch of times. But I'll finish it tonight again because it was so good. I was hooked in. But you got to go with, I mean, the master, kind of one of the OGs in the horror space. You got to go with an Alfred Hitchcock movie. And I'm going to go with, of course, Rear Window. Rear Window. Oh my gosh. This one was incredible. It's the first Hitchcock movie I ever saw. I just picked up that box, did a blind buy, and went to go watch some Rear Window. Now, that was kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It was a good thing because I'm like, dang, this movie's incredible. I got to see more of Hitchcock stuff. And then after that, like all the other Hitchcock stuff, I'm like, a lot of it's good, but not as great as Rear Window, unfortunately. Now I've seen, I think, close to like 50 Hitchcock titles. But yes, Rear Window is incredible. You got Jimmy Stewart, my favorite classic actor, kind of the everyday man that people can relate to. But it's a one-setting location movie. Basically, he's I believe a journalist or a photographer of some sorts. He's just stuck in his apartment. He's trying to heal up. He gets bored, of course, because he ain't got nothing to do besides look out the rear window. And so he's just noticing things out there. And I love how the movie opens, too. It's just a great, beautiful shot there of, you know, different apartment windows he's looking into. And so you get the flavor of the movie. But what's great about this movie, and I know, Huck, you love this one too, so I got to hear your thoughts on it. But what makes it such a great movie is it has everything. I call it an everything kind of movie because you got the thrilling aspects, which made it count for this category, right? You're always edge of your seat. You know, what's going to happen? You have the mystery to it. You know, did this guy do it? Did this guy not do it? Let's try to find some clues. But then you have the romance. Oh, my gosh. And somebody can remind me of the actress's name. But she's great in the movie. Oh my gosh.
It's like Grace Kelly. It's Grace Kelly.
Oh wow.
Grace Kelly. Yeah. That explains it. She was also great in How to Catch a Thief.
She's so good.
Oh, the chemistry in there is just so good. It's so delicious. So you have that. But also something I forgot about when I was doing my rewatch, but I realized there's actually some well-placed comedy moments in there too. I found myself laughing a couple times. There's some jokes in there. I'm like, oh, a little bit of comedy from Hitchcock. I like to see this as well.
You know why? It's because he put Thelma Ritter in there, and Thelma Ritter is so good in those comedic moments. She was just a look from her, and you would
so good, so good. So that's a movie I watch. It catches my attention right away with all those different aspects. I never get bored with it. So I love that one. Huck, you love that one too. Isn't that one of the Hitchcock movies that got you more on the Hitchcock train?
Yeah, it's funny. When I got into Hitch too, just like 3 years ago, it started with 3 movies in a row, and they all ended up being masterpieces. I said, okay, I've seen Psycho, so that's going to be last. I will rewatch that one last. I need to see all the ones I've never seen. And so I started with North by Northwest, and I was like, God, that was like a Hitchcock Bond movie.
Yeah.
So that was great, 5 stars. And I'm like, okay. And my wife said, okay, now I want you to watch one that I recommend, which is Rear Window. That was number 2. And it's so simple because it's a, takes place in one location kind of movie. And it's just riveting. Like every little thing, the misdirects, the what's happening. Is that really happening? What we're looking at? Is it not? Or then is it? It's just like so good. And then I followed that up with Rope, which was super simple. Which
Rope's
was like
an all-timer.
Yeah, it was like shooting a
Rope.
play. And I was just sucked because that was purely a performance-based movie. All in, again, another one location. And I was like, I don't know why it took me so long to get into Hitchcock, but 1, 2, 3, I'm in. I'm a fan. And now he's like my second favorite director, right behind Spielberg.
Yeah, he's one of the greats of all time. Yeah.
That's all it took was those 3, and I was in.
So Chris, you love that one as well?
I had not seen that one, but when he mentioned, when Hook mentioned Rope, that could be his best. Jimmy Stewart is awesome in that. Without stuff like Rear Window, and I just recently purchased on that 3 for $33 Vertigo. You don't get Brian De Palma with Sisters, with Blowout. You don't get that type of film because and yeah, it's an all-time stuff. So yeah, definitely good stuff.
I recommend Rear Window. So good. Jordan, have you seen Rear Window?
I got to be honest. I haven't seen much Hitchcock. So Rear Window is one that I've heard so many people talk about. I have not seen. But I'm getting into Hitchcock more. I'm really starting with his early, like the 30s and the 40s stuff right now.
Notorious is a good one.
I just watched the 39 Steps.
Oh gosh.
And that one, I will say it was pretty boring. That one was rough for me to get through. But The Lady Vanishes, I thought was such an incredible film. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Both the remake too. The remake that came out in the 80s, I thought was great as well. Imprint actually just did a box set of both of those remakes in one box, and they're really awesome. But that's what made me go back and watch those originals. Now, of course, I've seen, Psycho. I mean, who hasn't seen Psycho? But as far as Rear Window, I know it's, I'm ashamed to say I've never seen it. I know I have to see it, but.
There's Rebecca as well, based off the Gothic book, Rebecca and stuff. That's one of his early ones too, like say Notorious with, I forget the actress's name in there. Ingrid Bergman. Yeah. And even one of his last films, Frenzy, which is totally different from anything he ever did. So I recommend that one. It's a bit more brutal though than, of course, his previous stuff.
Yeah, Jordan, you are in such for a treat if you're starting with the old school stuff, because I just went through the early year stuff with the 39 Steps, and I'm like falling asleep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That early British Hitchcock stuff. Woo!
He hadn't even really gone into straight horror films yet. I mean, those were really early crime dramas, the British early kind of almost noir in a way type of films. And yeah, they are definitely interesting to say.
Yeah, I would recommend, like, for your next one, watch some of the newer ones so that you get that. Okay. Because Mike and I started with the good ones, which kind of sucked us in. So because like Mike, I looked at some of the older ones. I was like, although this last week I watched Dial M for Murder for the first time.
Oh, I love that.
Also with Grace Kelly, and man, again, she just lights up the screen, and it was another masterpiece. As soon as I finished, I rated it in the upper tier Hitchcocks for me.
I'm with you. That's like my top 5 Hitchcock as well.
It was so good. And that's what I love about this stuff too, is you just come across these gems because we're introducing ourselves to a director we've never. Jordan, you're exactly where I was 3 years ago. Like I didn't watch any other than Psycho, and it's funny though because having seen Psycho, I waited to watch it again last just because, and it had been so long I forgot how. Like Vivian Lee even goes to the hotel. It had been that long, so the whole opening. Getting to the hotel, it was like I was watching a new movie. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. So it was kind of like watching a brand new movie. And again, it stuck the landing, and it was as good as I was hoping it would be. Psycho is still a masterpiece, and it's not overrating it,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would start with next, like I said, go to the colored films. I know Cycle is black and white, and that's great.
Yeah.
But like
Right.
I said,
Yeah.
that early stuff's a little bit tougher to get through.
Mhm.
Except I will say Suspicion is one of his classic
Oh,
black and white ones that is incredible. That's
yeah.
also
Okay.
that's a top 3 Hitchcock movie for me. That's right, just
Uh,
slightly above Dial M for Murder. I love that one. Huck, you're not a Suspicion fan?
I thought it was good because as soon as you said that, I watched it right after Dial M, because Dial M was so good. I
Yeah.
just didn't think it was as strong.
Wow.
It just wasn't as. I mean, maybe if I'd have waited a month between them, it'd have been better. But it was too weak compared to Dial M, because Dial M
Yeah.
was just so top tier. I was like, nah, not quite.
Yeah,
You
if
know?
Suspicion does not work for you, the early British stuff will not work. Like, don't be trying the classic Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like, no.
No.
Although that did have Rebecca in it, right? Suspicion. That's the same
Yes.
actress that was in. Yeah,
Rebecca's
So-
good.
so
Rebecca's
she's
good. Yeah.
quite good. Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
there we go. So Rear Window for my classic recommendation. I go to that one for Hitchcock because it has everything in it, and I think most audience members will get something out of it. So you don't necessarily even have to be a big horror fan, you'll still like it. Or if you're a horror fan, thriller fan, you'll still like it as well, I think. And then, of course, I did what I would consider like a spiritual remake to it, Disturbia, with Shia
Yeah.
LaBeouf, right? Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Man, it's been forever since I watched that movie. I watched it when I was young, and I'm like, oh, this movie is great. This is before I've seen Rear Window. Now, let's say, did it hold up to those expectations? Not as much, but I still really liked the movie. And they really take the Rear Window concept and modernize it, of course, and also make it more horror. So it's a lot more horror focused, because when you start seeing, dead bodies and whatnot, right? Yeah, it gets really disturbing, right? Disturbia, of course. So, and I think Shia LaBeouf's really good in it as well. The actress is pretty good too. For some reason, before I rewatched it, I thought Megan Fox was in this one, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not Megan
It's not
Fox.
Transformers.
That's a totally
I know,
different
I was
franchise.
getting
Yeah.
Transformers mixed up. I'm like, wait, who is this? But she was still good in the movie. Fun movie, very fun,
Yeah, that
easy
Shia
watch.
passed the Holes film. Yeah, so that's early Shia LaBeouf, man. That was a while back.
But it was great. It had a good soundtrack in it, good atmosphere, good tension, moved at a good pace. So just a fun movie. Of course, not Rear Window status, but if you're like, I can't do any classics, I need something 2000s, then go Disturbia, okay?
Right.
Chris, did you like Disturbia well enough?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good and dark for what it is. Shia does a good job. He kind of acts up a little bit, you know what I mean? But that's just him as an actor and stuff. But I thought it was really good. It's really good and close. I like cohabitation horror and thrillers that takes place really in one spot. I love that stuff. You know, you almost get claustrophobic with it. Another film I would match with that. That's more of a classic too. That's John Carpenter's Somebody Is Watching Me. That takes place in an apartment complex, and some stuff happens in the neighboring apartment. This woman sees it and stuff like that. She's a reporter. That's a good one too if you've not seen that.
I have not seen that Carpenter.
Yeah, that's a
title.
TV
I'm gonna
film.
put
He did that
on the
after
list.
Assault on
me neither.
Precinct 13.
All right, Huck, have you seen Disturbia by chance?
That one's not on my watch list. I haven't seen that one yet. I see it like I used to see it at Big Lots all the time. And I was like,
That's
like
where I got mine from. Yeah.
should have grabbed it, but now they're gone. All the Big Lots are gone. So
How about you, Jordan?
You know, I've seen it, but I couldn't tell you much about it. It has been so long since I've seen that movie. I know the classic, the cover, him sitting there with the binoculars. But yeah, it's been so long that I can't, not enough for me to hold a conversation about Disturbia. I'm going to have to rewatch it.
It's a good combo with Rear Window. There you go. Double feature night right there.
looks like it.
All right, Chris, what was your recommendations out there?
Okay, for classic, you know me, so this is an early Cannon film. So Cannon did 2 films, 1980 and 1981, 82. The first one was Schizoid with Klaus Kinski. The other one is X-Ray with Barbie Benton. So this is a slasher that takes place in a hospital. Yeah, and like what Huck says, Barbie Benton she was in The Love Boat. She was in some other stuff too, but yeah, she's a former Playboy playmate. Of course, dated Hugh Hefner for a second. This takes place in a hospital. this woman's going through like almost like a divorce thing with her husband. She goes into this hospital because she has to do a checkup to get the promotion for a job, you know, like a monthly checkup, whatever it is. This was filmed at an abandoned hospital that's been abandoned at night. So really good kills in here, but basically it takes place when she's a child with her friend, and this boy sends her a Valentine's Day present. And sure enough, she makes fun of it with him. Sure enough, he's dead. I think he gets hanged or something like that. And that's how this film starts. It's definitely a fun one. It's pretty brutal wise, but it's a good one from Cannon. This was like the last kind of one Cannon did. You can say 10 to Midnight's another one. That's kind of a slasher that Cannon did, but Charles Bronson kind of changed that up a little bit to kind of make it more action-like. But this is a fun one. And great special features on this one, too. This is the double feature that Vinegar Syndrome released. I do highly recommend Schizoid. You know, good special features, talking to the director and the actors in here saying, yeah, Barb Benton was so nice and all this other stuff to everybody. There is a topless scene with her. So, of course, all those actors were in there and all the crew were just in there like, okay, sure, why not? Let's get a thing. So this is it. This is a fun slasher. And, yeah, it's Valentine's Day, so why not?
Is it an 80s movie?
Yeah, 81.
There you go. Don't you love the 80s? There's something about that 80s charm.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, it surprised me, you know, because they're under contract, so it worked good for what it was. Next up was one I just recently watched. I saw this in a video that Darren Van Dan, Flick Connection, recommended. That was playing on Netflix at the time. I watched it and I got the DVD. That's Berlin Syndrome from 2017. So this takes place in Berlin. So it stars Teresa Palmer. This very pretty lady right here, she's from Australia, so she's a tourist going to Berlin. Great shots of the country. This is very good. She meets this guy right here who is he's a history teacher, and also at a local school. They hook up and stuff. There's some sexy time in this as well. Takes her to his apartment, which is basically abandoned. It's an old school like apartment complex. This is really dark, and basically traps her there. And this goes all the way towards Christmas and all this other stuff as well. You realize this is kind of a character piece because it goes through both of their stories, goes through his with his dad and what he's going through with that. You find out that his mom defected from the country and all this other stuff too. It's very good if you haven't seen it yet. And it's a good ending. I do like it a lot. It was directed by Kate Shortland, and it's based off the novel by the same name from Melanie Jostin. So I do like this film a lot. If you haven't seen this, check it out. It's pretty good. It's basically a thriller, horror type of thing and stuff like that, because it gets interesting towards the end. He ties her up, he tortures her and stuff like that, but it's one of those things. He's obsessed with her, and it's a good character piece for both the characters, so I like this film a lot.
Are those
Sounds
both,
like a movie for Huck, right?
Yeah, it does. Are those both Cannon movies?
This one, Berlin Syndrome, is not. This is from Vertical. So it's a drama wise, but there is thriller horror elements in this as well too, and that's why I like it. It's quite good. I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't quite sound like a Cannon picture. Whereas the Barbie
that's the modern basically version of basically you think better version of 50 Shades of Grey, really, if you want to go that route. So I do like it.
All right, so that's if you want an R-rated Valentine's Day, okay? Mine was more PG-13, family friendly. Yes. Have you guys seen any of those? I have not seen them, so I can't comment too much.
I recommend Berlin Syndrome. I do recommend that one. I think it's still streaming on Netflix and stuff. Just look it up. You can find it. But I do recommend it. It's a good one.
Which one?
What was that other one?
The other one's X-Ray.
Okay.
It's also called something else too. There's a VHS released of it. I forget the name of it right now.
And what was the Netflix one?
Is that
Berlin Syndrome.
Oh,
Berlin Syndrome.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, Huck. How are you gonna follow that up?
All right. Well, I'm going to old school because I want to introduce people in case they don't go to the Wayback Machine with black and whites, and we're going to start with The Invisible Man. Now I'm going to get into this for you. Okay, I have to bring up The Invisible Man because it is I think people in a knee-jerk reaction always talk about Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, and then eventually you get to Invisible Man. However, let me just say that Claude Rains, when they finally settled on Claude Rains, he's just awesome in this role. And basically he's just this scientist who's created this formula for invisibility, and he's done it so that he can, have power and use it to his advantage and manipulate society with it. And there's one small side effect. You go a little crazy. And he is phenomenal in this thing. And being that this is from, let's see, I think 1933. The sequel I'm going to talk about is in the 40s. So 1933, so just like 2 years after Frankenstein and Dracula. And his performance is stellar. The effects in this are very comparable. They're acceptable. Like, you look at it and you think, oh, today we got CGI. But, back in the day, it wasn't that easy to pull off things like invisibility or shrinking and things like that. And sometimes they would do it, but just, with whatever means you could, even if it's like the bandages are actually stiff and they're just on top of a coat. And they put glasses on it, and someone's just moving the body like this, but Claude's talking. It's really great. It's a really great film, and it's intense, and the ending is like heartbreaking. It's quite good. And the reason I bring up The Invisible Man is a lot of times people don't talk about the sequels to these things, and this one ties in more of a not necessarily Valentine's flair, but there's more of a love interest in the sequel that I bet none of you have heard of, called The Invisible Agent.
That's right.
So these are the sequels. Invisible Man, The Invisible Man Returns, and that's the one that had what's his name? Vincent Price. The Invisible Woman was more of a comedy. Like the woman goes invisible and she sort of goes after her boss to teach him a lesson, and it's quite cute. But then you get to The Invisible Agent from that's the one that's from 1942. And this one is so good. They improve the effects. He's got this love affair going with this, Nazi spy girl. And it is very, very well done. There's, again, the good little love connection in there, but it's very untalked about. And I think you would do yourself a favor if you need to check out The Invisible Man so you get the franchise. But my recommendation to you is the sequel called The Invisible Agent that you can kind of only get on these compilation things. So pick this up and you will not be disappointed.
So now I gotta buy that box set right there. I've been
I have the DVD set of Universal Horror. I think that's part of that set. I'll have to look.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. That's what this is from, and I'll get into that.
Nice.
And I'll get into that later.
But the
Anybody else?
Man, I'm glad you recommended that one, Huck. That is my favorite classic monster movie, just because it's paced so well. It's easy to follow. Whereas if you start on another one, like I still like Frankenstein quite a bit. Dracula is a little bit more boring. Do not start with The Mummy. Whatever you do not start
The Mummy.
With the Mummy. I actually like The Mummy. I like Boris Karloff as that part.
Yeah, actually, your two best ones to
thing. Oh my god,
the two best to start with is Invisible Man and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That one is talking about makeup and suits. Yeah.
Also, could have picked that one for because he falls in love with her.
Yeah, Shape of Water.
Yeah, right. The Shape of Water. I could have done that. Shape of Water.
There you go.
Original and modern.
Jordan, are you an Invisible Man fan?
Invisible Man. It's not. I enjoy it. My favorite of the classic has always been Frankenstein. That's all. I just love the character of the classic Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
So and all the iterations after have done great. I really love the what Hammer did with Frankenstein and stuff like that. But as far as classic monsters, Frankenstein's always has been my favorite.
Yeah, and the only reason I throw that out is because that's true. I mean, Frankenstein is my favorite as well, like character-wise, but I think a lot of people don't give this one a shot.
Yeah, it's true.
And I want them, and that's why I'm recommending, because I know everyone's seen Dracula and Wolfman and all that stuff, but less have seen this, so I want to push that a little bit.
And I believe it's been remade the least amount of times too. Whereas, like, you got a ton of Frankenstein movies, you got a ton of Dracula movies. You don't have
different iterations of the Invisible Man. Different iterations.
Yeah.
Like say you have Hollow Man with directed by Paul Verhoeven, and then you have Then you have the latest installment, The Invisible Man, which I do like that one a lot.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
It's just very different than what you think. Just think Sleeping with the Enemy with that one. But yeah, no, that's a good pick from him. It's a good pick, Huck.
Great choices, Huck. Jordan, what do you got for us?
Well,
Yeah,
No, he still has the modern one.
I gotta do my modern.
Oh, I thought that was your two right there. I thought you were saying
No, because I even said, if you were listening, I said my pick is The Invisible Agent, but you may have to do some homework and watch the first one, because the second one is more of a love story than the first one.
Okay, what's your modern one, Huck?
Now my modern one, I literally rewatched this today, and I even put it in a red case to give it some juice. Look at that, Heart Eyes, y'all.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Great one right there.
Just got
the
that
red,
too. Yeah.
Red case really pops this thing out. They finally dropped on sale for $15.99. I'm like, finally, been waiting a year
same.
in my wish list to get this, and I watched it again today. And it is my favorite type of horror, y'all. It's a horror comedy. It couldn't be more perfect. Ties right into Valentine's Day. He's literally like the Valentine's Day killer. And he's known for taking couples out because they're in love, and he can't stand love, y'all. Hates love. And the cast is great. I love the cast they picked for this. And just the music drops, like when, what's the guy? The super good looking guy. Mason Gooding, right?
Oh yeah.
Mason walks in and they just start, playing Dream, whatever the song is, and I'm like, it just stops everything to put that joke in there, and I'm laughing out loud. I'm like, I'm all in. Whatever the director's chosen in this tone, I'm all in. And he does that like 2 or 3 more times in the movie. The kills are very good and fun and fresh. The sword in the dude in the van, and then takes the girl, bam!
Oh, dude.
Gets 2 for 1, and then they got a peephole through her mouth. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, there's a kill that somebody posted on Instagram. I think the dude's like on the couch, and he puts his head back and stuff like that, and just like gory as all get out. And I'm like,
that was the van, actually. When the dude goes down,
the van.
It looks like a couch because he's got a pillow.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it goes back.
Yeah, it's super good.
Yeah.
And when I came out of the theater, this was a year ago. I saw this, and then I gave it 3.5. Then I bumped it up to 4 stars today because it held up.
Smile on my face. It really does.
Yeah, it held up to what I wanted. It kept me engaged again. I'm like, all right, this is a similar thing happened when I rewatched Trick or Treat. Started out giving that 3.5 stars, and then I rewatched that, and I'm like, you know what, this is a 5-star movie for me. So that's the beauty of sort of checking these out again. And then if you love them as much or more, you have to go up.
Exactly.
So Hard Eyes, man, check it out. It is, if you like horror comedies like me, this is top notch.
I need to buy some red cases, man.
Doesn't it look good?
Yeah,
that does. That is hot. And
red black cases. Yeah, are the way to go.
Yeah.
See, that's what Walmart needs to do. Give the red cases for their Valentine's season stuff.
See?
Toxic Avenger green case,
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be good.
Jordan, you're a fan of that one?
Anybody else like
Oh,
it?
yeah. Hard Eyes. I loved that movie in theaters, and I was all for it. It felt like we're going back to the classic, the 80s slasher. That's how it felt.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. You mentioned, Huck, the when they're in the drive-in in the van, that kill scene with the peephole. It's one of my favorite,
right?
In recent years of kills that anybody has really done. It's so creative.
Nice.
And it reminds me, when I was watching it last, it reminds me of the scene in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake when the woman is in the back of the van, and they have that incredible shot that goes from the rearview mirror through her head and out the back window and down into the ravine or whatnot. But it was just, it reminded me because when he goes through the head, you could see the peephole, just same, very, very similar. But I love the movie. The one thing I do have to give it is I saw the ending coming, the twist a mile away.
Yeah.
Personally, but it's such a fun movie. There's
talks for a second film.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I saw that on IMDb. They've already listed it. I'm like, oh, let's go. Could be next year if we're lucky. Put it right.
Oh, we got some
right
slasher sequels coming. Yeah.
And the character looks great. I love the look of Heart Eyes.
Yeah.
It's like a really great.
It's
not
original.
Just, Some of them, like, the Hook dude from I Know What You Did Last Summer, not quite that great. Look like
Lover's
Hey,
Lane.
that's the
Lover's
fisherman
Lane
right
takes from
there.
that.
yeah, he looks like the fish stick guy on the Morton's fish stick box. But but
Yeah.
but this one, this one's really good.
Nice.
It's a good one.
So let me take the rights to that and do that.
And now, Jordan, I pass to you, sir.
All right. So man, as you guys were talking, I kept changing. I'm going to talk about this. And so I think I settled on two that I want to talk about. We'll start with the older one here. And I'm going at this at a different angle, not just about, love and all, but, kind of the opposite, a kind of a toxic relationship type movies.
Ooh.
And the first one I want to do here is I got to cover this.
Uh-oh.
We're going to be talking about
I was wondering.
Possession.
I almost thought about bringing that out. Yeah.
I always forget it. I can never say his name right. Andrzej Zawalski. I think that's how you say his name. Wow. So this film, what I think is so interesting about this is it's not about a film where surface level to start. It's not about a relationship coming together. It's literally the story is about them falling apart is what it is. And it's so interesting to where they go off and try to find what they think they want in each other and other people. And I forget the actress's name, plays the main woman in this.
John G. I had trouble saying her name.
She plays two parts in this movie. She plays the main, and then she also plays the teacher, the kind of love interest aside that Sam Neill has. And it's I think it's kind of a nod to the reason she looks so much like his wife is because, like I said, that's who he wants. He's picturing this perfect image. She's motherly, she's loving, she takes care of him and their son. But you want to talk about, you want to talk about a Valentine's, I'm going to call this a Valentine's movie that is a very bleak and just it doesn't settle well with you is Possession. But it delves into so much in this movie. And it's funny, possession, the term you would think of possession doesn't really happen in this movie in the traditional sense of possession. But man, the music, you were talking about, Chris, I think you mentioned a movie in Berlin. This movie takes place in Berlin, opens up with the Berlin Wall. It deals with kind of the isolation that these characters feel like they're in with each other. It's an incredible film. Second Sight just did a new release on it, but if you guys haven't seen Possession and you want to stretch your your film tastes, watch it because I really enjoy it. It goes in a little bit of body horror in it. It's
bonkers. It's really bonkers. Just picture James Bond when he goes home. That's basically what Sam Neill's character is. And that's where it goes into interesting territory. To Jordan's point, like I say, you have the Berlin Wall, you have the guards walking back and forth and all this other stuff too. And the arguments that they have and all this other stuff too, because he wants it to work. He really does. It's like, why are you leaving me? And then just all this shit hits the fan. I guess the dude that she's with, like that one karate dude, it's a trip, dude.
Yeah, that's another one. It's just she ends up with this guy who he basically beats him up Sam Neill's character. Like Sam Neill tries to, defend his wife's honor and goes over to him and just like, hey, you better back off. And the guy's like, get out of here. And in his very flamboyant way, just gives it to him. But yeah, it's a pretty nuts movie, but I enjoyed it.
All right, I haven't seen it, so I can't say too much on that one. But I don't know. You're saying we got to stretch kind of our film watching for it.
It's almost kind of at times it may seem nonsensical.
Yeah,
kind of how it goes, but this film is full. The whole film is very metaphorical, I guess is the best way.
It's very, very
best way to put it. There's a scene where she has a freak out moment in a subway in a hallway. It's an iconic, but it's probably the most iconic scene of the whole film.
Think the First Omen with that scene. towards the end with her.
Yes.
It's the same exact thing. You know, the director of that film took from Possession easily.
And the whole idea, she talks about how she has let go of traditional kind of faith values. She talks to him, and it was almost as a miscarriage of that and reborn something else. And it just creatures get involved. How what becomes, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's
very Cronenberg-esque. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
see, you might have lost. You might have lost.
You lost.
Oh, man.
Cronenberg's
There's an
got a-
audience.
everybody.
for this, I'm telling you.
Everybody. I like
Yeah,
it.
well, when your main keyword is really bleak, so I'm a little worried.
It does.
It gets pretty funny towards the end. It gets pretty like hilarious towards the end. I was like, whoa, it goes in a completely left direction when you think you're going right. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, what's your modern recommendation?
My modern one, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play it safe with this one. I'm sure you guys. I feel like Mike, you like this movie. It's with Micah Monroe, kind of Valentine's Day-esque, and that is It Follows.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this, Mike? I thought
I actually haven't seen it. I've not seen it.
Watch
I've been
this
wanting
movie.
to see it for the longest time, and I'm like, okay, I know they'll do a stateside nice 4K release, and then Lionsgate Limited does it, but it's ridiculously overpriced. So I'll wait till a Lionsgate Limited sale. It might take a year from now, but I will get that one for like.
They're doing a sequel to that. They follow.
Yeah. I mean, even if you got to check it on streaming beforehand, I don't condone streaming, but if you have to, watch it there. But it's the story and kind of lore it creates. Micah Monroe, she ends up going on this date with this guy, and they end up sleeping together in his car. She wakes up chained to a chair in like it's a parking garage, and he goes up to her. He's like, "Listen, there's this thing that follows me. It can turn. It's a shape-shifting type of creature. It could be anybody, someone you know, a stranger on the street you don't know, but it is coming for you. And the only way to get rid of it is to sleep with someone, and then now it will go to that person. Okay. And you have to continue it, because if this thing gets you, it's going to go to the person who gave it to you.
It makes you never want to have sex again.
Yeah, basically. It's kind of like The Grudge a little bit.
Yeah, it's the whole idea of the old 80s slasher movie. It's the killer punishes the sexual
people.
The sinful. This is a modern version of that. Just don't do it. It's
done in Detroit. It's filmed in Detroit area too. So I know Anthony Horsmore likes it a lot.
Okay.
I think I do like the film. I know they're doing a sequel called They Follow. I forgot that was Michael Monroe playing that character, because she's blonde in that one. Then you go watch Longlegs and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. It's like totally different.
It's but I really enjoyed the movie. The ending, it's pretty fun. They're in a it takes place in a high school, or a public pool. They try to go after this thing that is trying to get her. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, I think you'll like it,
Michael Monroe.
What's that?
Yeah, the ending was pretty interesting to me. I'm thinking you have to watch. It made me want to watch the ending again to figure out kind of what's going on. I was like, oh, I kind of get it now.
What were you saying, Huck?
Oh, I was just going to say, I remember Mika had recommended that movie, and she really likes it. So I finally said, okay, during my 31 days of Halloween, a year ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to finally watch It Follows. And I was sucked in. It was a good time, I sort of put it on the same level of enjoyment like the Smile movies. Like I sort of like it in that sort of realm of likability, that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
I will definitely check it out then. I'm excited. You had me at Michael Monroe, so I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Then I think all I needed to hear. All right. Very good. Excellent recommendations there. We will now go to round 2 to spotlight some Scream Queens here. So we'll try to kind of summarize it as fast as possible so we're not here all night. But yeah, so we each picked a Scream Queen, and we're going to, talk a little bit about their career. So I had to go with Jamie Lee Curtis. That's my favorite actress of all time. Just Halloween got me hooked into Jamie Lee Curtis. She is so good in that role. It's so subtle, but she really makes that movie, in my opinion. I mean, her and Donald Pleasance are excellent. So she's, one of the original Scream queens from, I guess, late 70s into 80s. But then her mom, right? Janet Lee from
and Psycho.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
there you go. So just a whole Scream queen, family right there, which is
And
fantastic.
her dad being legendary. Her father.
Oh, Tony Curtis.
Yeah, Tony Curtis. Yeah, Grapes of Wrath.
And all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jamie Lee Curtis. And then I just watched Prom Night the other night for the first time.
There you go.
Great film.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that was pretty good as well. I like that one too. So now I got to see the remake of that.
A Terror Train.
Then, of course,
that's a good one with her. And what's the magician's name? I forget. Yeah, David Copperfield. And she did some good ones.
You got The Fog, right?
Yeah.
The Fog
Yeah,
with
she's
her
in The
and
Fog.
Janet Lee. They're both in that, so you get the mom.
That's right. They are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Janet Leigh's in The Fog. I haven't seen that in a while.
She is, yeah.
The only time they both appear in a movie together is that one in Halloween H2O.
Nice.
I think I'm correct. Yeah.
Balloons.
Yeah. With the
A celebration for Jamie Lee Curtis.
Her mom wanted her to play the Reagan character in The Exorcist, or she wanted to, or mom said no. And that's crazy. She had a good interview where she says my obituary in the paper, like when my mother passed, like said, actress in Psycho passes away. So she said for her, it would probably be like Halloween actress or famous actress from Halloween passes away. I was like, dang, yeah.
But you know what? She's branched off from that too, though, with other movies. She's done great family movies with Freaky Friday and even Freakier Friday.
Academy Award.
Yeah.
Academy Award. Everything Everywhere All at Once was incredible. She was so good in that role. Oh my God.
Well, how about
she
Knives
talked about
Out?
that.
She was in Knives Out.
Yeah, very
The
good.
other one she was really good in.
And we can't forget True Lies.
Oh yeah.
True Lies with
That's such a
She's terrific in that
iconic
film.
scene.
You know what I find interesting about her
Trading
is
Places.
she started her career in the horror genre with John Carpenter. And I was listening to a couple interviews. One she did with Eli Roth, and she does not like horror films. She hasn't. Yeah. I do not like that. And I don't even know if she's a big fan of even acting in horror films for the most part, but she's so good in it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Very nice.
Yeah. But I'm just happy she got some award recognition finally. I know some people are like, why is she getting a award? It's all just a legacy career award. I'm like, I personally thought she was the best supporting actress that year.
Well, she mentioned her dad during that ceremony, and I'm like, that's right, Tony Curtis. That's right. And it's crazy.
And
but her speech was so good. She was like, all genre fans, you guys get an award. I'm like, I feel like I won too.
I know. And look, and she also got her hands and feet at the Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Yes.
Because of that, and it's funny because she was doing it on October 30th, but she looked down, she looked at the price, she goes, I'm going to put the 31st on this plaque. I mean, how great is that? And they let her do it. They let her put Halloween down as the date that she signed it. So I was like,
yeah,
perfect. That was perfect. Good pick.
So
man.
there you go. Jamie Lee Curtis, amazing. All the Halloween movies. I mean, she's done her part. I can't say they're all have been the greatest with like Halloween Ends and all that.
Sure.
But I mean, Halloween H2O is so good. Oh man, that's like her horror movie to me. I
Oh,
love
for
Halloween
sure.
H2O. So just when she starts screaming, Michael, and she's just ready to go, I'm like, oh man, it always gives me chills there. But there we go. So Jamie Lee Curtis, give it up for Jamie Lee. All right, Chris,
balloons.
you picked someone I didn't even know about, so you're gonna inform me right now.
So we're going a little bit farther back here. So really, I'll get down to it with a film I really like her in, but that's Barbara Steele. So she's in films like this, The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock, which was directed by Ricardo Freda. Who was under Ricardo Freda for a while? Oh yeah, Mario Bava, which she was in another film with him called Black Sunday. So like she is a horror kind of scream queen wise, but she can also play like these horror characters like the witch and all this other stuff too. She was born December 29th, so happy late birthday to her. 1937. She still does conventions, and she's a great lady. You listen to old BBC interview with her from like the 70s and stuff like that too, and she's talking in character. It's a trip. She's still very pretty, but yeah, as a gothic heroine and stuff. She was in a horror film with Vincent Price too. You may remember the name of it, Huck. It's like a gothic type of thing that Corman did. Corman like produced or directed, but she's
Like
been in
the
all.
The Pendulum?
Yeah, kind of like that. I think it was a little bit
Or
before
the Raven?
that.
The Raven
she
maybe?
played,
Or
really young in that, but all genre of film. She was in Caged Heat, which is a women in prisons film with playing as the warden. So she's done a lot of different genres and stuff. She's in Piranha, of course. If you haven't seen the original one, she's in that one as well. I think she plays like a doctor in that one. But yeah, all in all, great horror scream queen and stuff like that. And I just show this release because it kind of shows her at her gothic best in films like this. So if you haven't, check out her filmography. Great lady. And yeah, that's my horror scream queen, definitely.
She's also in the newly released from Severin Films, The Ghost, which is like kind of a sister film to the Horrible Dr. Hitchcock.
Yeah, which she likes better. Of course she does. Yeah.
There we go. So now we know about Barbara Steele. Not Barbara Streisand, like I told Huck at first.
Dude,
not Amy Steele either, which I'll put her on here.
Like, what?
Because I remembered Barbara, and I remember that it was an S. I'm like, did someone say Barbara Streisand? I was like, what?
Barbara Boucher,
Yeah.
I'm like, some kind of Barbara out there.
Yeah, some kind of Barbara.
But there we go. Huck, who'd you pick?
All right. So my lady is one that sort of embraces all of horror. She is a cultural icon that created her persona and has continued to do so to today. She, of course, is the mistress of the dark, the madam of the macabre. And we are talking about Elvira, mistress of the dark. I am obsessed with Elvira. I love her. I love that as Cassandra Peterson, the actress, took this personality that she's kind of created at the Groundlings, and they saw her there, and they said, we want you to bring something like that to this. And then, of course, guys love her because she's hot, but she's also funny. Girls like her because she's got like a great personality. And slowly but surely, she got the entire persona into her possession. Like, she owns it. Like, she would ask, hey, can I go on tours and make profit without paying the TV station? And they're like, oh, sure. I mean, because this was back in the 80s and it was a tiny TV station and they didn't care. And then before you know it, Cassandra now like owns all the merch and everything from this thing that she did in the 80s, and she's fantastic at it. This is my favorite autograph in my entire collection, and it's Cassandra's here, and she has Very Cruelly Yours, Elvira, made out to me. So this is always hanging up there. And I just love her personality. I've met her a couple of times at conventions, got a picture with her and stuff like that. And I get a kick out of her movies. Even the other one here, Haunted Hills, that's the second one. I think that one's funny too. I think the first one's better, but this one definitely has its moments. And like I said, she is the cultural icon. She is sort of the ambassador of everything that is horror. And she cares for it. She makes sure that even the old crappy movies get seen, even if she has to rip on them a little bit. So my pick is Elvira.
So, Huck, can you explain to me those movies? Because I don't know anything about those movies. Well, are they horror comedies then? Like, what
really, they're just comedies.
Yeah, they're just comedies.
They're not horror at all. The setting is because, in fact, this one is more closer because she inherits a haunted house.
Yeah, she does.
But they're all just hilarious. It's not a horror comedy. They're more like comedies with a little bit of macabre thrown in, and her sense of humor, her dark sense of humor. And but it's just more of a very playful comedy, like if you're watching Ernest go scared stupid. It's not really
basically that's what it is, almost like a Pee-wee version,
like that, the monsters, stuff like that.
The
Morticia characters.
So it's very
so she goes on like an adventure then, basically.
The first one, yeah, she goes to this town and she tries to, fit in over there. And of course, all the guys around town want to be near her,
It's just like buff painter and
Which is
whatever
so
it is and
great.
stuff like that. And you can see that
But,
look on her face.
Edie McClurg from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I want my effing car and I want it right effing now. And then she's like, well, you're really F, dude, her. So she's sort of Elvira's antagonist in this movie. And she's perfect. She's just the town crier. And it's just light, simple, silly. It's not highbrow humor at all. But I'm charmed by her. I just love her personality. And yeah.
There you go. I think you sold me on it because I had no idea what that was about. I'm like, is this like a traditional Hollywood movie? Like, what is it?
No, in fact, she made it with her friends, like her Groundlings friends. They helped write it, and they put it all together, and it's just got her signature sound. Like when you listen to it and watch it, it's Elvira. It's Cassandra Peterson's stamp throughout the whole thing. So.
Good for her. She deserves it.
But you also have to kind of love Elvira. If you're just like, you barely don't like her, then you're not going to like the movie. But if you like Elvira and you like her humor and you like what she, stands for, and you'll enjoy the movie,
Yeah. The humor is a lot of very meta kind of tongue in cheek kind of humor. They're great movies.
The second one is so funny. If you see the second one, there's something about this super handsome guy, but like when he goes to talk though, like you can tell he is 100% dubbed off lip on purpose.
Very.
And it is laugh out loud. One of the funniest things, because when I realized it's like they hired some, Polynesian guy who couldn't speak English just to open his mouth and say words. And then they put whatever.
It's like Arnold and Hercules.
Dude, I mean, but the dialogue they chose to make him say is clearly like not what he's, and it's just hilarious. I thought that was like the funniest part of the second movie. Sorry, doesn't sound like great, but it is good.
No, it sounded funny. Like I like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, so if it's that kind of silliness to it, for sure.
Yeah, like if you love Pee-wee and that brand, like he sticks to his brand of humor in Pee-wee, and she sticks to her brand. Very similar.
It's that generation, you had that, yeah.
Yeah, you might like it.
All right, Jordan.
Well, Mike, you took mine that I originally was talking about this when we were discussing and stuff. Like, man,
Barbra Streisand?
No. But I'm switching it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go with Barbara Crampton as my Scream Queen. What an icon! Another one that she has really made herself a more modern, I would say,
Reanimator,
the face of horror as a Scream Queen with Reanimator, From Beyond, Castle Freak as another one she was in. Even more modern one, she's kind of come back to horror because there for a while she stepped away and wasn't doing much. She came back. She was in You're Next. If you guys have seen that one, she is in that film as well. But the kind of she does a good job at kind of bridging the gap between the 80s and kind of a modern indie horror. She's that kind of bridge between those two. But she's big now. She's a heavy supporter of a lot of the up and coming indie horror films, indie horror writers, producers, and with cons. She's everywhere with cons. You can usually find her somewhere. And she's so cool. I've watched many interviews with her. She seems such someone who is so down to earth, one of the nicest people. So that's the one I'm going to go with. I first saw her in Reanimator. One of my favorite roles of her is in Reanimator. She does a great job in From Beyond as well. But do you guys like Barbara Crampton at all?
Oh yeah, that's a really solid pick.
Oh yeah, she's great in Reanimator. For Christmas on her Instagram page, she did that dance in the Santa costumes with the other ladies. It's like, yeah, she still looks darn good. There was another one, was it Tender as the Flesh or something like that? I forget the name of it. Horror film. She's coming out with a newer one too, because I follow her on Facebook. She's saying this one's coming out soon and stuff like that. But oh yeah, she's terrific.
I heard she's really great at conventions too.
She's also in Body Double, by the way. That scene where the husband, the is like he's going to his girl, or she plays his girlfriend in the film until he comes home and sees her doing the do with another dude. That's her on top. That's Barbara Crampton.
Oh, really?
That's her. Yeah.
All right, Barbara.
So many Barbaras tonight.
Got a lot of Barbaras.
Yeah.
You were right. There are a lot of Barbaras.
I'm going to get you, Barbara.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but Reanimator is awesome. I just watched 4K. That's a fun movie. That's a good little fun
That is
one.
a very fun movie.
I gotta say, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh man, it's
I
a good
always
one.
see that cover, and I always because I love Jeffrey Combs. I've seen him he was in a lot of Star Trek stuff, so I'm familiar with Jeffrey just from all his Star
Just
Trek
pay
appearances.
attention to the theme of that. When it starts, dude, it's heavily psycho.
Nice. Yeah.
Very good. So we got some great spotlights on these amazing Scream Queens. There's so many more Scream Queens out there, but happy we were able to highlight a handful there. All right, our round 3, we got Best Horror Packaging. Yes, very excited for this. Of course. You wanted me to write out the whole thing, huh? Come on now. Where's the fun in that?
None at all. There's no fun. That was good.
All right, so I'm going to show off a handful of Steelbooks because there's some great horror Steelbooks out there. And I actually did try to find some with some romance in the movie as well. So I think I got a great bunch of choices here. I'll give you a recent one. And actually, this is my favorite David Cronenberg title now.
Oh.
And I didn't know he directed this one because it doesn't seem like his kind of movie. So I had to double check. I'm like, wait, is this
I'm very curious to hear this.
Dead Zone. Oh,
okay.
That's right, the Dead Zone. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great director.
Amazing. This movie is so good. A Stephen King story. Have you seen this one, Huck?
Yeah, a long time ago. Like I couldn't tell you if I liked it or not. That's how long ago.
Oh my!
It's
God.
one of the better Stephen King films of that time. To tell you the truth, gone
good.
Yeah,
it just caught me off guard. Like,
Chris Walken.
Walken,
okay.
yeah.
And Martin Sheen.
Basically gets into a accident and then is in a coma and then wakes up and has like future prediction powers.
Yes, it's very that's very meta too, as Jordan likes to say.
Wow, that is freaking incredible. And there's a romance in there too. That's like what does this girl do now? She like moved on.
Serial killers in there, technically not for too long, but
this Steelbook's amazing.
That's a nice Steelbook.
Yes,
and I got it for $22 when it just dropped, and then it sold out. So it's a beautiful looking Steelbook. The inside's incredible too, and it was a blind buy. I usually don't do blind buys, but you got Christopher Walken right there. I still have the 4K in the player.
Nice.
But look at the back.
That's I haven't seen the Steelbook yet.
That's freaking incredible. Oh my gosh.
That'd be Steelbook of the Year candidate.
Should I get the regular 4K? Should I get the Steelbook? I'm like, the Steelbook's $5 more. But you know what? I'll chance it. And I'm so happy. I love the movie. It is
the regular 4K with the slip. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I have too. Yeah.
Nice.
You got to wait for the deals. And then you got to jump on those deals quick. Another great horror Steelbook. I think this is one of my first Steelbooks. It might have been my first Steelbook. Is the Bloody Valentine one.
Oh,
this one was so cool looking.
That's one of my favorites. I love that so much.
The faces on the back. Oh my gosh! Look at the detail there. I wish it was a 4K, of course, but I'll take the Blu-ray. That's fine. But the inside is great as well. Oh my gosh! You got a little quote on the inside. But just the red coloring and oh man,
that's nice,
great.
Dude. Yeah.
So that was one of the first ones I started with, and then of course you got to have a Lionsgate one with Warm Bodies. This is another fun one. Remember the good old days when the Lionsgate Steelbooks came out and they were like $22.
Oh, so good. Yeah,
right. Like,
look at that.
Look at that.
That's great.
For $22.
Oh, that is very pretty. Yeah.
And you never had to think twice at $22. Yeah. You're like, it looks great. I've never seen the movie. $22.
It wasn't limited either. I just don't like that. That's why I just don't do that side.
Oh, I love that.
Record disc.
That is pretty nice. I like Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies is a fun one.
Yeah.
John Malkovich is in that.
So that was another great one for a good price. So Lionsgate, go back to doing that, please. And then one, I guess Huck will appreciate it. Huck probably wish he got this one instead of the one I sent him.
Yeah.
Clown in the cornfield. Yeah. So I like this one. I know some you either love this one or hate this one. I'm not going to get into why.
I'm not in the middle on it, but I do.
I love this one. I thought it was like a delightful surprise, and it was just so twisty. And yes, the romance will shock people. I'm not going to get into spoilers.
It's very modern for what it is.
Yeah, it's a Gen Z kind of movie. I will say
it's based off the novels that I have 3 of the books that Adam Caesar did. He has his own channel here as well. He used to do like books to film, like read this book and then watch this film. They kind of match together. He's a good author. Yeah, Harper Teen. I would recommend the books though. Clown Cornfield. Those are fun slasher books.
Yeah, so if you want a new modern kind of slasher movie, I recommend checking it out. It actually has a lot of twists and turns. I
like the dude that plays the mayor in there. I forget his name. He acts his butt off in that film. He always does. Big dude too, and it kind of works.
But what's great about the Steelbook is you get stickers.
Oh,
look at that!
I forgot about that.
Stickers.
Oh, look at that! That is.
You never ever see that stuff, that much often. I mean, once in a while they'll do it. But not, I mean, you get a whole little sticker pack. That's cool.
That is very nice. Yeah.
I love that.
See, Mike said that because he sent me the Blu-ray, but it was some sort of knockoff, like pirated. But it didn't play in my machine.
Hey, that's what happens with Amazon. So I ordered the 4K Steelbook. Amazon apparently sent me this janky. It wasn't even a Blu-ray, right? I don't know what it was. Was it a CD?
It was literally a blank disc. I put it in and says, your player will not player will not play this disc.
That's not fair. Yeah, that's inexcusable.
Yeah.
It was, and that stuff has happened to me a few times.
That's
I've ordered 4K Steelbooks and I've gotten DVDs. And I'm like, but at least those played. This was the worst.
Yeah, this one just doesn't. Usually, any Blu-ray will play. You scratch it, it should play. But if it didn't, that's a problem.
I'm like, who did this? Why would somebody do that?
Yeah,
but that was cool. That was a cool Steelbook when I finally got it. And like I said, I like the movie. So
very nice.
Yeah, I like Steelbooks. Horror Steelbooks are incredible. So those are some of my favorites. How about you, Chris? You got some good packaging over there?
I sure do. I just added one to here, and I'll go through these kind of quickly, except for the main ones I have here. First off, I just watched this today, and Tony showed this one off from Basement Blues. That's a 1408 Steelbook 4K from Lionsgate. This is up there for my release of the year for this year. This is crazy good. This is very nice, and this was Amazon exclusive, by the way, so this came fine. But yeah, probably the best role from I forget the lead actor's name, but yeah,
John Cusack.
Yeah, John Cusack. That's probably my favorite role from him. He acts his butt off in that. And Samuel L. Jackson. It's a good one based off Stephen King one. And yeah, 3 discs in this bad boy. And yeah, so it comes with the theatrical cut on 4K, then the director's cut on 4K, and then the Blu-ray and the digital code, which I took out of here. I will do. I plan on doing a giveaway for that on my channel. So.
Is that why they were charging so much on that one? I'm like, this is
it was pretty pricey. I will say for a Steelbook, I was shocked.
Yeah, but
it was like almost like 50. I think
it was kind of close to that. I got it down to like 40. This one, I pre-ordered it as soon as Amazon put it up there, and that's Perfect Blue from Satoshi Kon. If you haven't seen this, Satoshi Kon, he passed away quite a few years ago. So he's an anime director, but this is a run that he had for the films that he did. This was like his first kind of big one. If you're going to take a giallo and turn it into an anime film, this would be it. So you have films like Perfect Blue. You have films like Paprika, which is before Inception. So you watch Paprika and you see where the director got his idea from Inception from. Another one is Millennium Actress, which I highly recommend. But this is a great release. This is what a lot of studios should do with their stuff if you want to do this and stuff like that. Heavy box comes with a booklet, comes with art cards and a poster to the film. I have this on DVD and I have the Steelbook of it as well. It's an all-time great anime film. For those who don't even like the genre, this one I would recommend to anybody. I think you'd really like it. She's an idol. She's a former idol singer. She basically graduates. That's what they do with these groups in Japan. You can look that up. and she becomes an actress, and then her agent and all these other people that she's involved with in this film that she's doing end up being picked off one by one. So think Dario Argento's Opera too, if it was turned into an anime. That's what you get with this. I highly recommend it. It was up there for my release of the year as well for last year. And then this one I got a long time ago at Walmart. This is My Bloody Valentine. This is the special like anniversary edition. There's stuff in here that you don't get on the 4K or the Blu-ray. They put the extended scenes and stuff like that, they put into it, like stuff that was stuck on VHS, they put into the film, so you get the full uncut one and stuff like that. So this was a good one and stuff like that. Of course, the damn stickers that they used to put on here that you can't get off and stuff like that. But this is the first time I saw the film was through this this Blu-ray, and of course it's Paramount, so yeah, can't beat that. Then, of course, you already showed off the Steelbook of My Bloody Valentine, the Mike, which I showed off. And then there was this one that they released. So I have this one right here. And you don't need to get anything else for this film other than this, because I got basically the deluxe edition, which came with, of course, the heart-shaped box. So, nice. Can't have it without the heart-shaped box. So, yeah, there you go.
I'm like, that's a cool Valentine's Day gift for a movie fan.
Yes.
That's incredible. All right, Huck, what do you got?
All right. So we're just going to continue along from an earlier presentation. I'm just going to show you one big thing because I always want to tell people, put this in your wish list because it always goes on sale several times a year. And that is the Blu-ray Universal Monsters box. I mean, this thing is a nice set. It's beautifully done. And look, you get 30 movies on here. And it's extremely well put together. Like they didn't chimp out. They thought about collectors and what you'd like to see.
Yeah.
You get this nice booklet in there, first of all. So that's cool. But then, there's just two drawbacks to the whole thing. So there's Phantom of the Opera. That's also Claude Rains. They don't put the original like 20s version, the one with where it pulls it off, the super famous one. Yeah, with Lon Chaney.
Yeah, Lon Chaney.
I don't understand because if I remember, they have that. It's in their catalog.
Oh,
so I don't know why it's not on here.
I know Kino has the Blu-ray for that.
Yeah, and it's really nice. I have that. So at least there's that. So you only get the one there. Then you get the 3 creature movies. There's 3 of these here, which are great. And you get all the Invisible Mans. And again, they package everything, all the sequels, and they're all in here just to give you a look. They're all their own discs. Okay. They each have their own discs. Now, these are very short movies, by the way. So when I show you that they double up and put 2 on one disc, it is not a problem. There's plenty of room on these discs for an hour and 20-minute movie.
A lot of memory on those.
Times 2, yeah. And that's that way throughout the entire thing. And again, lots and lots of sequels in each one.
Lon Chaney Jr.
Yeah, and the only, you got the Mummy. And then the only other repetitive thing is, I guess they did this too because they knew they were going to do singles, like release this single, is on the back. You've got like, if there's a team up, like this has a House of Dracula, it's got Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. And Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, they also meet Dracula. So it's on both of these sets. It's also on the Wolfman set. So it appears 3 different times.
They put them on there. Okay.
Yeah, and then if you've got Frankenstein versus Wolfman, it's on this and it's on this same movie. So when they say 30 movies, it is 30 movies, but they also repeat things depending on which set you've pulled off the shelf. So not bad. I don't hate that, because it would just mean less movies per disc anyway. But I think it was their way of not having to remaster this set twice to not include it. So they just said, let's just include it and then release them separately as well. So this set is fantastic. If you just want to see, look, this was the first, universe before the MCU ever came around. It all started with these monsters, right? This was our first, dark universe, if you will. And these guys are all classic. Everyone's heard of these and they still do. So just to have it in your collection is a win. So Universal Classics on Blu-ray. Yes.
Overall, would you say the sequels are worth it just to get that box? Because I have the 4Ks of,
I was going to say, then these are your upgrades.
So is
yeah,
it worth it then for just getting the sequels? Because I want to see the Invisible Man movies. Those
The
sound pretty
Agent.
good. Are
Yeah.
the other ones good too? Like the Creature in the Black Lagoon sequels
Oh yeah,
and
the
all
Creature
that?
sequels are good. The third one is like heartbreaking because it's like a mute, like it's almost like a human hybrid, and it just I don't want to ruin the ending, but it's like a heartbreak ending. And but you know, these are all the originals, these are the classics. But that's what I'm saying is a lot of people don't bother with the sequels, and some of them are just fun. Will you rewatch all of the sequels? Probably not. They don't have, you know, the secret sauce that a lot of the originals had. But when you come across like the Invisible Agent or that Creature third movie, you feel like you've just treated yourself to something no one's ever talked about. And you know, it's $60. Again, if you wait, this whole thing goes down to about $55 to $60, and you're getting 30 movies on Blu-ray. So, and yes, you've got these on 4K. So if you've done that and you're happy with these, I say go ahead and just stick with these. But I'm a big Universal Monster fan, so I want those sequels. I want to see the comedy with the Invisible Woman, and which also, by the way, has a appearances from the Wizard and the Witch from Wizard of Oz. So you got Margaret Hamilton and the guy that played the Wizard of Oz. They're in there, and that was kind of fun because, you know, that all those actors were being used in everything at the same time. And so when they popped up, I was like, hey, you know, stuff like that.
You're selling me on it, Huck.
Yeah, I have the DVD collection of that. It comes in that similar box.
Those were great too. Those DVD sets were
Yeah.
see that again. That's Universal caring for its catalog and presenting.
Universal's very good with that.
Yeah,
They
every
are.
stage they went along, they said, "Here they are, and we're going to present them in nice, pristine-looking boxes." And I had that Creature from the Black Lagoon one and the Frankenstein, but I sold them to get this. You know,
I have the Steelbook 4K of Dracula and stuff like that. That
That's a
Steelbook
nice
is
one.
gorgeous.
those
Yeah.
Steelbooks were great. Yeah, I didn't want to double up though. I'd already done this, and I did the 4Ks. I'm like, nope, I'm not
You're
doing
good.
it.
Yeah.
No double dipping. But those are nice.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, I've got two. I'm going with a couple box sets here. One, you guys already saw, we talked about, but Possession. But I do just want to show this off. This is from Mondo Vision. It's an older Blu-ray release. But what I love about this is this outer slip is this like velvet material. Okay. So this comes off right here. So you have this piece.
Nice.
And then right here is the front, obviously. And then the side, this is magnetic. So it's similar to like Vinegar Syndrome's VSUs and stuff like that. It's got the magnetic clasp right here. But it's just the way they present this is just so neat. So it opens up just like that. So you have the autograph of the director right there. You got Possession. And then these are also magnetic. If I can get here, hold on.
Yeah, don't drop it.
So it comes up right there. So on this envelope, you're getting like a booklet and different stuff in there. Then over here, you've got the 2 discs, 2 Blu-rays, and all the accolades that this movie won at the different film festivals. So, I mean, I absolutely love this box set. I personally think it's better than Second Sight's, the one they did. Even though this is just a Blu-ray release, it's so cool. There is on the back right there. Love this release. So there's that. It honestly, to me, this kind of looks like it's a display piece, museum looking type piece. But the other one, this is an Arrow Video. This is, I think, might be my favorite box set in terms of packaging that I own. It's the most creative that I've seen, and that's their Quartet of Torment release. This one obviously is the Pinhead one. I have the Chatterer behind me, but right here. And what is just so neat about this is you've got the cutouts, and as you dive into this box set, you know, just layers of Pinhead disappear. So now you just got his skin.
That's cool.
You take that off, and now you've got his skull.
Wow.
Okay. And then as you open this up, it's this big digipack. So you got, you know,
That came out the same time as the Psycho set too. That was a great year for
oh,
Arrow.
Psycho
I got
set
both
was
those
another
sets.
great one too. Yeah, that has the Psycho set's cool because it's got the plastic slip that has like the curtain lines on it, so it looks like the shower curtain. And then there is the back right here. We have such sights to show you. I'm in hell, help me. So you have all of those. And then you are also getting in this incredible set here, a nice, really cool hardback book with more of a pinhead on here as well. And this is nice hardback book. So those are some two that I kind of wanted to highlight. I know a lot of people have already seen this one right here, but it's so cool to not talk about. Like I said, it's one of my favorites that I have in my collection. Hence why I have both the pinhead and the chatterer one, just because I think they're incredible sets. Another great one though is the Scarlet Box, the Blu-ray that Arrow did a few years ago.
Yeah,
that one's a great one as well.
That's very good. For the Possession one, here's the one Umbrella released for this one. This is a badass release too, as well, and stuff like that too. It's the same type of stuff, comes with a booklet and some other goodies right there and stuff like that. And yeah, good old stuff in the background. So yeah, Umbrella had been killing it over there too. They're kind of like second side a little bit with their releases too when they do their big sets.
I was going to say with Umbrella, Huck, they're doing their Monsters and Curiosities box set.
Yeah.
And it does have the 20s Phantom of the Opera in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Except
have the Kino
like
one. So
$200. So
Woo!
Yeah, because it's Australia.
there is that too.
It's Australia, dude. Yeah, the keep they wouldn't send here. Like,
but you got to get them on a sale, and you got to do a bulk order to get free shipping. Because I did the like buy one get one free kind of sale, and then I made sure it was over 140 to get the free shipping. So I just stocked up on a whole bunch of Umbrella stuff.
One thing that I do with Umbrella is a group buy. They get a couple of guys together.
Oh, nice. Yep, that's it. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's the Kino.
Yeah,
super. That's old school Kino.
There you go.
Yeah, Kino classic.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying, Jordan?
Yeah. Well, also with Umbrella that I'll do sometimes is get a couple guys together to group buy, because you know you don't want to have to. I got to go searching for it to hit that $140 threshold. You know, instead of I guess I'll get this one. You know, because I don't want to pay that money just for free shipping. Group buy, you get the one you really want. You don't have to pay as much, which is nice. You know, then of course your friend will just ship it to you or whatnot. That's what I've done a lot. It helps the wallet a little bit.
Sure does.
Yeah, I know. I was so happy because I was doing blind buys in my order too, and you know that's dangerous. But I liked all the movies except for one, so I was pretty happy with. I'm like,
which one was it?
Wake Up in Fright. It's Australian movie.
Yeah, Wake Up in Fright.
Wake in Fright.
Yeah,
Donald Pleasance and.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was about. He was chasing a kangaroo or something.
It's an interesting movie for sure. I have that one. Yeah, he goes on a trip and he gets coerced into these antics with a group of people.
I was like, what am I watching? That was the one that wasn't for me, but I'm like, I love the Tank Girl movie. I love the classic Super Mario. I even like Caligula for what it was. So I'm like,
that movie.
That's a good release by them. Caligula, that's a good release. So that's the one with Malcolm McDowell. That's a sheesh.
Yeah.
That has a lot of romance.
Sure does.
I should have used that one, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? It's almost like
Valentine's Day movie.
A huge wood chipper, like with the dude's head like on the thing, just pulling towards this sucker going around with blades. I'm like, yeah.
That was like the craziest scene. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into this fourth round here. Round 4, we got some horror recommendation reviews. Basically, we did a little round kind of robin exchange of recommendations. So I'll go with what Huck recommended me. And actually, this was good, though, because I've been wanting to see this movie, and I haven't because, you know, it's like a Scream Factory release. I'm like, do I want to pay for the Scream Factory one? I did not. I just rented it. I was good on this one. I just did a little rent preview. And thank goodness I did. Oh my gosh. All right. No, it's not bad. I liked it overall. I give it a 3-star. Huck, you know my 3 stars. That means I liked it well enough. It was worth the one-time watch.
Okay? It's about a 6 out of 10.
So this is going to be an Idle Hands, right? Idle Hands becomes the Devil's Playground. Like the tagline for the movie. Okay, so I'm not a horror comedy person. I like my horror serious. I don't like horror comedy. So it's not my go-to kind of subgenre of horror. And so when it started to get comedic, I'm like, oh, okay, it's this kind of movie. Because it gets weird and bizarre. Like, you get zombies in there too. I'm like, what the heck? These people are coming back as zombies. I don't know why, but they're back as zombies.
And then Jessica Alba.
Oh, well, that was probably the best part. I could have had more of her in it, for sure. Yeah, and the main actor, wasn't he an actor in The Faculty as well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I know. I forget the actor's name, but I know what you're talking about.
So I'm like, I recognize these faces. That's good. You know, and his friend was like that one guy. He was in the Italian Job. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Well, Seth Green was in there too.
There you go. Yep.
Yes, he was.
And so I'm like, okay, pretty good cast here. The premise was so odd, though. I still don't get why this like evil hand was like happening. I know it's like if you're lazy or something, your hand becomes possessed and starts going wild after people. Was that really what it was? Did I miss something, Hug? It's like somebody becomes lazy, so their hand becomes possessed for some reason, and then it starts doing, of course, you know, bad things. I'm like, what is it? It was so bizarre. And then like when he's with Jessica Alba, he has to like tie it up, you know, so don't get too wild, apparently, I guess. Yeah, it was an interesting watch. Huck, you loved it though, right? Because you recommended it.
I liked it. See, the tricky thing is, I know you've seen so much horror.
Yeah.
So I just had to sort of really go off the beaten path. I'm into that comedy horror. Wow. I swear this is just vitamin water. Is more my jam. So I just sort of took a swing with it. Like I like you. It's probably right there too, like a 3-star. Good movie, but I also had to find something you hadn't seen that hopefully you would enjoy. So you're a tricky man when it comes to this.
No, it was great though, because I really wanted to watch it. Happy I rented it and, you know, just previewed it. So now I don't need to go buy the Scream Factory release. Yeah. And they'll probably do a 4K upgrade anyway. So, because they only have a Blu-ray right now, you know, Scream Factory these days, they're going to upgrade it to 4K eventually.
Sure.
Yeah, they still have the rights to it. Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, it was such a weird random plot. I'm like, this is very unique. I do appreciate it being unique and something different. I can say that. And good cast, of course. And you do got the romance in there. It gets a little bit spicy with Jessica Alba. So a little bit. All right. So. All right, Chris, what was your recommendation over there?
My recommendation to Jordan
what did you get?
You get, so basically it's the this film The Wind with this is an underrated one.
It's the one I recommended to you.
This is the one that you recommended to me? Okay. Or I recommended it to you. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, it's the one that you had to review. You had to watch that I said, hey, watch this.
Okay, sure, no problem. So this is a good Arrow release of this too, by the way. It's kind of an underrated one from Nico Nektarakis, I believe. He did some other films back in the day. This one has, of course, quite pretty Meg Foster. She's very interesting. If you'll know her from films like, oh God, I forget the names of them right now, but she's been in some good ones. Of course, she's Evil Lynn and He-Man, but she's good in this one as well. Of course, Wings Hauser is in here too. Very interesting actor. So basically, a person in real life too. I'll get to that in a second. But basically, she's a writer, and she just gets kind of this writer's block. And so she goes to this Greek villa in Greece to write the rest of her novel. And it's kind of a gothic tale. So Wings Hauser is the groundkeeper here. There's a murder that happens with the guy who runs this villa. And it just goes on from there. So it's a game of cat and mouse between the two characters. Wings Hauser plays himself basically in here. He can be a very sadistic person, but he's kind of light in this film as well. So it has slasher elements to it because he takes out like a couple people in here trying to get to her. There's extended chase scenes. It's a beautifully made film. Has great special features. Nico Nektarakis, they talk to him and stuff like that. Very good director. He did, like I say, Blood Tide, another one with the late James Earl Jones in it. He also did Horror at High Noon with Wings Hauser in as well. So he had an interesting story on Wings Hauser. I'll get to that real quick. Basically saying he's pretty much a scumbag. He wrote him a nasty letter. saying all this other stuff too. He said on the set of one of his films, he got into, I quote, a drunken bender with his brother and almost beat the dog piss out of him. So an interesting cat, very cool director. And this is a very good film. I highly recommend it. It's from 88 or 89 and just 92 minutes. But I do recommend seeing this and stuff like that. It's not like heavily into horror and stuff like that, but I love the atmosphere and I love the music. And Meg Foster kills it in her parts. He's pretty good. It also has the guy who played Ducky in NCIS, Ian McKellen, I believe his name is, and stuff like that. So he's very young in here and stuff, but as soon as he started talking, I'm like going, oh yeah, that's the guy from NCIS. So I do recognize. So, but yeah, so it's a fun one. So I like it a lot.
So Jordan, you recommended that one then to Chris?
No, it was confusing.
He recommended
this to me. I recommended Gerald's Game to him.
Oh, you didn't recommend Gerald's Game to me. I'll get to that then real quick. So yeah, that's the director to that. Mention his name one more time, Jordan. Sorry, I'm having a brain block here.
For who?
For Gerald's Game.
Mike Flanagan, I think.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan. Yeah. And that's his wife who plays the lead in here. It's based off a Stephen King short story. And this is the first film I saw from him and stuff like that. So basically, he's basically a good Stephen King director in general. Of course, he did Hush as well. But this one based off the short story. So this woman and her husband go to try to spice things up in this house that they're staying in, because obviously it seems to be a failed marriage, so they're trying to spice it up. So he ties himself up and stuff like that too, ties her up. And he ends up having a heart attack and passes away, dies like right there. And here she is trapped, like she can't get out, like of this bed. And all this stuff's going on. It goes back to her childhood with her dad. It gets very disturbing. It's like during 4th of July, some stuff happens. And it's definitely a good one. Like I said, it was an original from Netflix original when I saw it, as are a few of his other films as well. And the atmosphere is very good. The acting is very good. And it shows what Stephen King's writing you can put to screen, and Flanagan does a great job of doing that, putting that to screen. And yeah, it's definitely a Valentine's Day type of film, specifically at the start. It just doesn't end up the way she wanted it, but it's a good character piece that King's writing seems to do as really well. And it's a very good film. I highly recommend it too. It's still available on Netflix, I believe. Of course it is. Yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. I forgot about that, Jordan, but that was a good pick. It works really good. It's a good film. We need a release of that on physical media, I believe, too. Since they did Hush, I would like and Flanagan's a huge supporter of bringing these films out on physical media and stuff like that. Yeah, just bring them out.
Hello.
Yeah, Hush was incredible, so I do want to check that out. I didn't even know it was streaming out there. So yeah. Jordan, that's one you think I'd like then if I really liked Hush, and it's a Stephen King story. So
Stephen King story, Mike Flanagan, like Chris said, he's become kind of the Stephen King guy from taking, at least modern, taking these Stephen King stories.
The sequel movie to The Shining or whatever,
Yeah, Dr. Sleep. Did you see Dr. Sleep?
Oh, that movie's so good. I like that better than The Shining.
Oh, well, then I would check out Gerald's Game. I think you would like it. There's a courtroom scene that it's a good
Legend of Hill House, and then the other one that he did with the priest in it and stuff like that too. That's kind of it's heavily like Salem's Lot, like I forget the name of the series, but great director.
And he's getting ready to do The Exorcist. So,
yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
Huck, have you seen any of these movies? Have you seen Hush yet?
I did. I finally saw Hush and loved it.
Wow.
I thought it was excellent. I want
Hush was great.
His wife's in that one too. So yeah, she's a great actress too. She plays those parts very well.
Yeah,
she's in Fall of the House of Usher.
Yeah, that's all that stuff.
Nice. All right, Huck, I recommended you a new Disney classic.
Yes. No, sir.
You can go see it on Disney Plus right now.
No, sir. You recommended Together. So that's the movie that I got. Now, Together is it came out last year. directed by Michael Shanks. That's one that's got Dave Franco and Alison Brie, are basically this couple that go to this area, and that they buy this new house, little cabin, in this sort of wooded area where houses are sort of sparse and far apart. And you start to learn some things about this area, like a couple went missing, a hiking couple went missing in this same area. And it turns out there's like this area where there's a pit, there's a hole and a pit in it. And if you drink from this water, the weird stuff happens, and that's what gives people the power to sort of do certain things. How much do we say about this, Mike? Anyway, so the water is what instigates the issues that people have with each other in this film. And it was interesting. Like I liked the movie. I gave it 3 stars. It was compelling the whole time. There are moments where you're like, oh my God, like I knew there's a scene in the bathroom. That's all I'm saying, where old Franco goes for it. I'm like, okay, this is not going to end well. And sure enough, I was like, oh, yeah, that's what happened.
I was so shocked that they showed as much as they did. That was where I was like, oh my God. And it's on Disney Plus. Oh my God.
Yeah. And if you see the trailer, you'll know the gist is like there's these moments where like you get so connected to the person that you're with, that you drank from the water, that you almost need to merge. It's like a body horror kind of thing. And I will say that I think the substance was better with it. I thought the body horror came sooner in the substance, and it was a bigger part of the movie, whereas this sort of came into play closer to the end of the film. Even though it was always present, it really made its impact near the end with the little things sprinkled here and there, like, stuff. So it was pretty good. My only thing is, I won't tell you the ending, but in the end, there was a voiceover. If you guys has everybody seen this movie together?
Yeah, I saw it.
And the final voiceover doesn't match the person's lips. And to those who haven't seen it, doesn't mean anything to you, but you guys have seen it. And if you're going to do that thing, and I won't say what that thing is, for God's sake, sync up the audio or just use the actor's voice that said the word when they opened the door. Don't use someone else. Like something like that. I'm like it killed the ending for me. Like I was pulled out. I was like, come on, that is movie making 101. Sync up your audio. Other than that, I enjoyed myself with the film. I thought I had some good shocking moments, really good performances. And like I said, more on the line of substance is the best thing I can relate it to. But yeah, not bad. Definitely some grotesque moments in the film. And some surprises, like, the neighbor. I kind of figured out the neighbor, though. I will say the neighbor, I sort of had a hunch when she saw the photo on the table, is all I'm going to say. It's when she saw the couple on the table with the guy that she works with. I had a hunch it was what it was, and it was. So
I'm glad you liked it, though. I thought you were gonna give it a 1 star, and I'm like, no.
I don't mind like movies like that. It's just they're fun if they're done well.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes stuff like that can be deal breakers for stuff.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And it's all personal taste. Everybody seems to love Long Legs. That one just bored me. I swear I almost walked out 3 times of Long Legs. I thought the pace was terrible. It had moments, but I was just like, no. And it wasn't anything gory or scary. It was just I was bored. But this one, I was enjoying it. Had a good time. It's like if you haven't seen Send Help, that's a Sam Raimi movie in the theater right now.
That just came out. Yeah,
that was a good time.
I enjoyed that one.
I have quite the levels of horror that I'll enjoy.
Terrifier, that seems to be the surprise of the year. Was that film? Yeah, that film
was
came
very
out
good.
of nowhere.
2 weeks in a row, #1. But yeah, Mike, not bad. 3 stars. I liked it.
Yeah, and I loved how it was actually the real couple. Like they're a couple in real life. So they had good chemistry. Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Oh.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
I thought they had really good chemistry. I thought it was an interesting premise for a movie that I haven't seen before. And the body horror elements were just so shocking.
Yeah, I know. There was some good ones. Yeah.
But it has good drama too. I like the beginning though, where you're getting that drama, you're getting, the issues in the relationship, and I like that take on it at the beginning, because then you're invested in it when the body horror starts happening. You're like, oh my gosh, how's this going to turn out? But I like the ending just because I was shocked. So I wasn't even paying attention to the voice that much. I got to go back and rewatch it. I was just like, oh, wow, they did that.
Yeah. And the magnetism between people, when they come together, it's like you can't stop it. Like you can try to hold on to something, but the power compels you.
The power compels you.
You're coming together. It's like,
but there was even a little bit of some dark comedy in there. Where, after, in the kitchen, they have that thing and then they're all you want some of this?
Yeah.
So there we go. So it wasn't a total dud recommendation.
Not at all. No.
All right, cool. Jordan.
Yeah, well, Chris kind of already talked about it, but he recommended The Wind, and I think this was a perfect time to pick it up because it's an Arrow film, and I got it 50% off. So I was able to get it on Amazon, and I'm glad I picked this up. I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. Like he said, it's about this writer who goes to Greece, and while she's there, she's staying at this house where the groundskeeper, I think if I remember correctly, Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong, he believes he is promised this house. And it does not like anyone else there, so he goes after her with this scythe thing, knife, whatever it is, played by Wings Hauser. Now, what I really loved, the reason it's called The Wind is because the whole movie takes place during this incredible windstorm. Because over there where it takes place the winds were notoriously very, very bad. And the director, Nico Masterakis, I don't know, the director,
Nico Masterakis, basically. Yes. That's how I kind of say his name.
He does a really great job. I just thought it was kind of cool how he portrayed the wind, the way it was used. Used a lot of haze and fog in a lot of the scenes for the wind, which I thought was great. What really, really surprised me is after I was watching it, then I watched some of the special features, read about it. Hans Zimmer was one of the guys who did the score for this movie.
Yes.
All the way back in, what do we say? 80, what year did this come out? 80, was it 82, 86? Somewhere in there.
86. It was a later film from
86. But it was to Hans Zimmer and Stanley Myers. They kind of did the score for this together. And I don't know, that surprising because you hear Hans Zimmer, you think, all the Nolan films, basically, even like Pirates, he did Pirates and stuff like that, all the very modern, huge blockbusters, and he composed this movie, The Wind. I enjoyed this one quite a lot. One thing I did find that was interesting is Meg Foster. Her character is very interesting in this movie. She kind of narrates to herself throughout the movie.
She's kind of funny. She's really funny to the dude that comes to try to help her and stuff like that. It's like, I don't get in your way or something like that. Almost like she's flirting with them. I thought that was funny.
Yes. What was interesting though is there's one scene, and I was kind of it took me out just a little bit. Right when Wings Hauser is going after her, she goes up to the attic, and that's when he's putting the knife thing, the scythe.
Yeah, it's a scythe that he uses to cut the grass and stuff.
She takes this big, huge pot, like massive, and drags it over. She just got chased around to, he's going to kill her. And she's like, all right. She goes, takes a bottle of wine and takes it down, sits down, starts drinking, taking a sip. We're cool as a cucumber. We just got chased up into an attic. But that part, I was like, you're reacting very interestingly here.
They have interesting conversations between the both of them.
Yes.
I thought the chemistry was quite good, to tell you the truth. And you're thinking, something had to be up there.
Mm-hmm. But overall, I did enjoy it. The Wind, even though it's during a windstorm, it does play a very vital part near the end of the film. Actually, in the end of the film. So I enjoyed it. It was very big.
One, Jordan, would you recommend that one to me? I love my slasher movies, but I like the mainstream stuff I'm going to rewatch.
This is hard. This is hard, Mike, because part of this reminded me, it felt like a foreign film in a way, an Italian almost, because the director, he's Greek, if I remember correctly. It's a Greek film.
He's Greek.
It's not not that it's in Greek language, it is in English, but it's got that kind of beat to the movie a little bit. It feels like that. So you might enjoy it. I certainly did. I had a fun time with it. And it's not too long. It's like a 90-minute movie. Not too bad. Great special features though in this. I will say that. I really did like what the special features they did with this, and for it being on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale on Amazon now. That's when I got it, but a great price too.
Awesome.
So I don't know, Mike. I want to recommend it because I'm always like, yeah, watch it, of course, but I don't want to let you go out and buy it. Then you're like, what was this? Why'd you tell me to watch this?
Probably streaming on Tubi or something like that. I'm
there
sure.
You go.
Try that.
I am easy on slasher movies because that's like my second favorite genre.
It's more of a thriller than it is. It's more of a thriller than it is a slasher, but there's some good, you can say, kills in here between two characters wise, and
it's a very cat and mouse almost too at times. So you might like it.
All right, very good. Well, it sounds like all of our recommendations worked out well enough. We didn't have no 1 stars in here, no 2 stars. Nope. They were all watchable. Yeah. So that's good. That worked out well. So we'll kind of get into our closing segment here. We're just talking about, the future, what everybody's doing, of course. We don't have any like official future episodes planned or anything with this group yet. Of course, we'll leave the door open or the window open to see if the wind will come in the future. But yeah, we got to hear from the audience out there. If you guys really loved what you saw tonight, you love the structure, you love the group, you love the energy, all of that, please reach out to us and also let us know if there's like a particular theme in the future you might want to see from us. We love the feedback, so please give us some feedback out there, of course. But we'll kind of go around and just talk about our upcoming projects, where people can find us, all that fun stuff. For me, you guys know I'm always doing live streams, usually every week or so. I believe next week, Huck, don't we have the Star Trek versus Kaiju Monster stream? I think we do. Franchise Film Fire. You ready for that
really?
one? Are you going to be chilled this time? You got to be like a volunteer.
You'll be lucky if I'm on it.
Yeah.
We need you. You're the anchor to the Star Trek team.
No, they don't. Anyway. Yeah, it'll be crazy.
Nice.
Those are always a fun time. We are into the playoffs, so we get to see do the Kaiju Monsters or the Star Trek team advance to the semifinals, and that's going to be a cool semifinal matchup because we got to see how the playoffs work in the horror area. It's either going to end up being Nightmare Elm Street in the semifinals or Friday the 13th.
Oh, so let's go Friday 13th. Come on.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens with that. That's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. However,
you never know how those are going to end. There's
Freddy versus Jason.
Way
part 2 or 3.
Harry Potter should have lost last time.
I know. And then in the final match, you're either going to have 007 or Rocky going against one of those. So that's interesting.
I'm still a little bitter. Friday the 13th beat out Halloween, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, any team can win any given Monday night, they say.
It's true.
But yeah, ton of live streams coming up for my channel. Just make sure you got the notification bell turned on. Please make sure you're actually subscribed. Some people think they're subscribed to the channel. I pop up in their home feed, but double check, make sure you are. If you're watching on a mobile device, the replay here, please hype up the video, hype it up. Let's get these live streams out to more people so we can save physical media in 2026. We got to build up these physical media communities. You guys can definitely help with that. And let us know in the comments below if you got some horror romance titles we didn't talk about tonight. Give us some more recommendations. If you got a top 5 out there, please leave that in the comments as well. And of course, you want to show some love with the super chats or becoming a member, we still have that together giveaway. So, just reach out to me on Instagram if it's something you might be interested in. But yeah, that's from me. Chris, what do you got going on?
Hey, fireworks. That's right.
It's always a party over here. We got
that's right. Absolutely.
Right.
Fun times. I recently did my thoughts and review on one of the films in the Houses of Doom set, the Fulci TV film, The House of Clocks. It's Fulci February, so next one will be the second disc in that box set. That's a nice set, by the way. I'm doing that. Black Love Reviews podcast maybe next week with Darren. We're talking about 2 Fulci films. We're talking about New York Ripper, and then there's Murder Rock as well. So 2 good ones from Fulci, and then future slasher streams, and Giallo Show and Tell will be the last one in that Giallo Essentials. I think it's the Sky Blue set, like Death Walks at Midnight. So yeah, just doing my slashers, doing my Giallo, and doing horror films and stuff, but having a good time. I do like other genres of films, of course I do. So I really appreciate the support, and I really appreciate you all having me here. Thank you very much. I had a great time.
All right, and Huck.
All right, Mike, thanks for having me on as always, guys. It was a pleasure sharing the stage with you tonight. Of course, if you head over to my channel, Huck's Pop Culture Cafe, I have a link tree there, which will take you to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. And like Mike, he and I, we do out of the theater reactions to movies pretty much almost every single weekend. And I got the 52-week movie challenge that over 20 people are now taking. So I'm very happy that anybody that's joined that it's a pleasure. And that's chugging along. And we're going to do another recap show. We're doing a recap show every month. So we'll have one coming up at the very end. I think the 28th is actually a Saturday. So I will pretty much plan it for that day. That way it gives everybody up until that last day to watch your stuff. And we'll have another row of 6 people or whatever we can get on there. And every Tuesday morning, the Morning Mug, we talk about movies, new releases, and all that good stuff. And since we did talk about them tonight, I wanted to talk about some horror movies I'm excited that are coming up. So we're going to do, I'm just looking at the screen. I'll go Scream 7, Evil Dead Burn, The Bride. Now that I saw Hamnet and thought that Jessie Buckley was outstanding, I didn't realize it's the same girl. So now I'm very excited about The Bride. I was just sort of lukewarm on
The Bride looks interesting. I'll give it that. It looks
now that she's in it. I love the fact that we're getting a new scary movie. That's awesome.
You will see how that goes.
Yeah, I want to check out Cold Storage with our boy from Stranger Things, Joe Keery. And so those are some of the horror things I'm looking forward to. And the Ready or Not sequel. Absolutely. I love
I've seen the poster for that.
That's my kind of horror movie. That first one, that's my sweet spot. So I'm all in on this sequel. So very excited for all that stuff, y'all.
Is Burn coming out this year? I thought it was next year.
It says Evil Dead Burn here.
It's this year, but there's another Evil Dead movie that's coming out next year.
Oh, okay. So they got different Evil Dead already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
Very good.
Jordan.
So you can find me the Movie Den on YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff. I just pairing perfectly with this. If you guys like this, go watch my Valentine's horror film watch list that I have. I had like 10 or so films that I recommended.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Yeah, that scared me. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting that. But also coming up next Wednesday, so a week from now, I'm going to be on the Average Reviews with with Chris, the Bearded Film Guy. We're going to be discussing My Bloody Valentine, the original. So go check that out. And then on the 26th, so the last Thursday of this month, we are doing our Fear by Year that I do once a month with Bearded Film Guy and After Hours Video. We're going to be doing our 1983 episode. So we have 6 films from the year 1983 we're going to be discussing with Pizzal. Pizzal is going to be our
very cool. Absolutely.
Joining us with that. We have some film, a little sneak peek. We're going to be talking about Christine. That's going to be in that episode. There's a few other ones, but I'm going to, you guys have to come check out the video. But yeah, other than that, try and do daily videos if I can. And Friday, I'm trying to pick up on live streams. So Friday, I've been usually doing live streams then. So this Friday, come hang out. We're just going to be discussing recent pickups and hanging out. So yeah, and thank you, Mike, for asking me to come on. This is a lot of fun. I enjoy all of your guys' company. So I had a lot of fun tonight.
It's an honor.
Classic Mike.
You have those ready.
He does.
Always ready. But as you were talking, John Carpenter, I'm throwing it out there. If the audience wants to see it, maybe in the future, we do a John Carpenter themed episode. I'm just
I would be for that.
Yeah.
100%.
just throwing it out there. I know
I
we're all
really like
Carpenter
Christine.
fans.
Christine's one of his best, in my opinion. Yeah. So
We're all gonna have to fight over which one we want, though.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
been watching some for the first time, and I love them. Like Village of the Damned, I thought was great. So
Yeah, that's a remake.
Yeah, and that one was so good too.
Christopher
Like
Reeve.
Carpenter does not miss. So we'll save that for another theme episode idea. But once again, everybody's channel links are in the description below. Audience, please visit their channels and actually click on a video, watch it all the way through. Don't just click subscribe. Don't do that. Okay, you got to try before you buy. Click on the video, watch it all the way through, and then of course, then decide if you want to subscribe there. But we do appreciate that, guys. But yeah, have a great Valentine's Day out there, and now you got some great recommendations. So have a great night, everybody.
Not another peep. Time to go to sleep.